Failure. Most people fear that word. They avoid it, hide from it, run from it. But what if failure is not your enemy? What if it is your teacher? Every successful person you admire has failed. Not once, not twice, but repeatedly. The difference is not that they avoided failure. The difference is that they used it. Failure is not the opposite of success. It is part of the path. When you were learning to walk, you fell. Again and again, you did not call yourself a failure. You did not say, maybe walking isn't for me. You tried again. Somewhere along the way, we forgot that mindset. We began to attach identity to outcomes. If a project fails, we say, I'm not good enough. If a relationship ends, we say, I'm unworthy. If a plan collapses, we say, I always mess things up. But failure is an event, not a person. You are not a failure. You experienced failure. There is a difference. And that difference changes everything. Failure exposes weaknesses. But exposure is not destruction. It is information. If you fail a test, you discover what you did not understand. If you fail in business, you discover what needs improvement. If you fail in discipline, you discover where your habits break down. Failure is feedback, and feedback is power, if you are willing to listen. Most people quit at the first sign of discomfort. They interpret difficulty as a stop sign. But high-level thinkers interpret difficulty as direction. If something challenges you, it means you are stretching. Growth never feels comfortable. The gym burns. Studying is tiring. Building something meaningful is exhausting. Failure is proof that you attempted something beyond your current level. That is not weakness. That is courage. You cannot grow without stepping into the unknown, and stepping into the unknown guarantees mistakes. But mistakes are stepping stones. Each one teaches precision. Each one builds resilience. Each one strengthens emotional control. The real danger is not failing. The real danger is playing so small that you never try. Because regret weighs more than failure ever will. Failure hurts, but regret lingers. Failure teaches, regret haunts. Think about this. Every skill you have today once felt impossible. Driving, public speaking, managing responsibilities. At some point you were bad at it, but you did not stop. You adjusted. You learned. You improved. Failure is simply the early stage of mastery, but most people never stay long enough to reach mastery. They quit in the learning phase, they quit in the uncomfortable phase, they quit in the awkward phase. And then they say, I guess it's just not for me. But what if it was? What if the only thing separating you from success is persistence beyond failure? Resilience is built through repeated recovery, not through avoiding hardship. When you fall, you have two choices: internalize it or analyze it. Internalizing says, I am not capable. Analyzing says, what can I improve? The second question builds power. Failure forces you to confront reality. It strips ego. It removes illusion. It shows you exactly where you stand. And that clarity is a gift. Because once you see clearly, you can adjust accurately. Imagine if you never failed. You would never adapt, never refine, never strengthen. Failure sharpens you. It builds mental endurance. It forces creative thinking. It deepens humility. It strengthens patience. It creates emotional stability. You do not become strong by winning constantly. You become strong by recovering repeatedly. Strength is built in the comeback, and every comeback increases your confidence. Not surface confidence, real confidence. The kind that says, I've handled worse. That kind of confidence cannot be faked. It is earned through experience, through discomfort, through falling and rising again. And here is something powerful. Failure separates the interested from the committed. The interested quit when it gets hard. The committed adapt. If you fail and continue, you are already ahead of most people. Because most stop, they retreat to safety. But safety does not build greatness. Pressure does. So the next time you fail, pause. Do not react emotionally. Reflect strategically. Ask, what did this teach me? Where did I miscalculate? What skill needs development? What habit needs adjustment? Failure becomes powerful when it becomes specific. Vague frustration keeps you stuck. Specific reflection moves you forward. And remember this, failure does not define your future. Quitting does. You are allowed to fail. You are allowed to stumble. You are allowed to restart. But do not allow temporary outcomes to shape permanent identity. You are in progress. And progress includes setbacks. Even the strongest foundations were tested before they held weight. You are being tested, not punished, refined, not rejected, strengthened, not defeated. Take a deep breath. Think of one failure that still bothers you. Now reframe it. What did it teach you? How did it mature you? What strength came from it? Often the experiences that hurt the most prepare you the most. Failure is not a wall, it is a doorway, but only if you walk through it. And walking through it requires courage. Courage to try again. Courage to look foolish temporarily. Courage to improve publicly. But on the other side of repeated failure is mastery. On the other side of discomfort is growth. On the other side of doubt is confidence built through evidence. You do not need to avoid failure. You need to survive it, learn from it, and continue. Because success is not built on perfection, it is built on persistence. Failure is not your enemy. It is your training ground. And if you keep stepping forward, one day you will look back and realize the moments you thought were setbacks were actually setups. Setups for resilience, setups for discipline, setups for strength. Stay steady, stay learning, stay rising. Failure is temporary. Growth is permanent. And as long as you refuse to quit, you are never defeated.